Are you excited by artificial intelligence or frightened by it? Or a bit of both? Hi, I'm Simon Dippenaar and I'm an attorney. Like it or not, AI is here to stay. Ignoring it or hoping it won't affect you won't make it go away. If you're worried that AI will put you out of a job, you can probably relax, at least in the short term. As for the long term, well, no one really knows how artificial intelligence will evolve and what the world might look like. But generative AI systems are becoming an everyday part of our working environments. So what are the legal implications of AI in the workplace? What do you need to be aware of, whatever field you work in? This is a complex topic, so I've broken it down into 3 talks for you. In this first talk, I'll explain how generative AI works and look at intellectual property and privacy in data protection. In one sense, ChatGPT is a sophisticated search engine. You ask it a question and it gives you an answer. Ultimately, it puts words together based on the next most probable word in a sentence, informed by the vast data set it is trained on. It's not intelligent, it is not capable of thinking, however much it may appear to be. But there is a key difference between Google search results and a ChatGPT response. Google is transparent. You have to visit the websites that turn up in your search result. You can validate your information by visiting multiple sites on the same topic. You can tell the difference between an industry authority and a blogger or an advertiser. When you ask ChatGPT a question, the source of this information is not disclosed. ChatGPT cannot tell the difference between legitimate and bogus data. It is known to hallucinate, the term given when ChatGPT invents sources that don't exist. This doesn't mean that ChatGPT is not extremely useful. It is, but it is important to use it wisely and be aware of its limitations. So what does this mean for your use of generative AI in your work, whatever line of work you're in? Let's look at a few considerations. Is the content generated by AI systems your intellectual property? If AI is used to create original works such as articles, designs, or code, questions about copyright ownership and licensing may arise. This has also begun to happen in the US, where the Copyright Office has started to receive applications for copyright registration of works generated by AI. So far, the Copyright Office has taken the view that text and images entirely generated by AI are not copyrightable, as they are not created by humans. Now, to my knowledge, this has not yet been tested with the Companies and Intellectual Property Commission of South Africa. But if you want to claim work as your own, it's best to make sure it is written, drawn, or designed by a human being. Now let's consider privacy and data protection. The Protection of Personal Information Act, POPI, came into effect on the 30th of June 2021. Its purpose is to regulate the manner in which personal information may be processed and stored to protect all of us from having our personal information used in ways we don't consent to. If AI systems process personal data in the workplace, there are privacy and data protection issues to be aware of. If you use generative AI systems to process personal data of employees, such as emails, chat logs, or documents, you need to comply with POPI. This involves informing employees about the processing of their personal data, providing transparency on the purposes of the AI system, and implementing appropriate data protection safeguards. Now, POPI requires that personal information generated via AI be processed lawfully and with a lawful purpose. There must be a legitimate basis for processing the data, such as consent, contractual necessity, or legal obligation. Furthermore, you must have appropriate security measures in place to safeguard personal information against unauthorized access, loss, or destruction. This is true for all personal information you hold, whether it is generated by AI or not. If any personal information generated by AI is transferred outside of South Africa, you must ensure the data is protected during the transfer, as you would with human-generated data. POPI provisions apply equally to AI and other data, and it may take a bit more effort to ensure your AI data is properly protected and you're in full compliance with the Act. In the next talk, I'll look at employment law and discrimination and bias in the use of AI. Until then, if you have any questions about your rights as an employee or your responsibilities as a business owner regarding AI or anything else, please give me a call on the number in the signature below.